Hi there, and thank you for being with me today on this very important product review and testimonial on the X39 stem cell activating patch. I'm Suzanne Roth-Paul, a certified Primal health coach and the author of the Poisons in Your Pantry ebook, which I created for you because it is what I wished I'd had when I was suffering in silence 2 decades ago on my own. And now I know that poisons in our food and in our environment are the root cause of rampant chronic disorders today. Now, I'm able to use my eBooks alongside this incredible wearable technology from this company called LifeWave with many of my clients, and very successfully so, and oftentimes very quickly, both for myself and my precious LifeWave family. So before I dive into my PowerPoint and about the X39 patch, I have a special guest sharing her personal patch story. Now, my dear friend, get this, of 50 years, it's hard to believe, will be answering some of my questions about her husband's recent emergency situation and how together she and I were able to support him by using many of LifeWave's patches, as well as this X39 patch, so he could heal safely and without harm to his body. Now, I simply could not have supported him the way I did if they hadn't both been reading my ebook and started getting poisonous foods out of their kitchen. But it was my client's dedication to her dear husband and these patches that made it all possible. And might I add, this was all done over the phone and via texting because Robin and her family are in my home state of Texas and I live in California. So it was truly a virtual healing that we did together. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce my sweet childhood friend, Robin Odom Muller.
Hi, everybody.
Hi,
Hi, Susan.
Robin. Hi, so nice to have you here. Thank you so much for taking the time. I know you're a busy person with grandkids and just your lifestyle with everybody, your daughter living with you and your husband, and he's needed a lot of TLC lately, and it's been so great to be able to honor and give him this beautiful gift of harmless healing. So we're going to do a little Q&A here so we stay on track. And my first question for you, Robin, is how did you learn about the patches and how long have you been using them?
Well, your sister Brenda, we got together for a dinner while we were going through her city and traveling back from our hometown. And I saw what she was wearing and I asked her about that. And because I was concerned, it looked like a medical band-aid or something. And so she told me briefly about it. And then, time went by and then we connected and then asked you again about the patches. So that's how we started this journey just in December.
Right.
Just,
And I remember that, Brenda is also a brand partner and she's very proud of these patches and wearing them visually so everybody can see them. And yeah, we did stay in touch. And I think that's an important thing to hear. It took you a while, even though you knew that you intrinsically wanted to do this. That's why we stayed in touch. I stayed in touch with you for almost a year, asking, seeing how you were when you're ready. And when you're ready, you were ready. That's the hope. So yes, we started in December. Okay, so let's talk about what symptoms your husband had on this emergency that just happened a few months ago. I think it was at the beginning of February.
it happened late at night, and he came in the room. I was just getting to bed, and my daughter said that Dad was experiencing really bad chest pain, and we all got concerned that it may be a heart attack. And so we made the decision to go to the emergency room. And there they checked his blood pressure, which was high, and his heart rate was fast. And they did a blood work for enzyme to see if he did show the enzyme that comes up when you have a heart attack. But praise God, it was not. They gave him indigestion medicine and blood pressure medicine, and pretty much just sent us home after that.
Yeah, and then he scheduled a doctor appointment, right? And that was who recommended he was tell us what was going on with his what the pain was. What was he experiencing and especially with his throat?
It was a lot of bad, intense pain. I would say about at least a 10 for him to go to the emergency room. And it was right in his sternum area. And for a few days, he said he felt like his food was getting stuck right here in this area. And so the doctor said that you may want to look into getting an endoscopy, going down and seeing what was going on in that area. And so, like we all do, if the emergency room doctor says follow up with your primary care physician, that's what you do. And then a endoscopy actually was scheduled.
What an amazing story. So fast forward, this was like the day, not even fast forward, the day that it happened, the night that it happened, the next day, I happened to just call you and see how you were doing, and you were in panic mode and saying, you told the story, and then you said they want to do an endoscopy and there's a potential for a surgery if needed. And I was like, say that again?
And he was still having pain because after he ate something, the pain started coming back, and we were in the room, and you called, and you went into triage mode immediately and said, okay, do you have this patch? Do you have this patch? I think you have this patch, and started telling you where to patch him. And that was great. That was great.
Yes. And fortunately, this is the beauty of having these patches in your home. We call it, it's not a medicine cabinet, it's a patch cabinet and a patch pouch that somebody who's on today is going to win a free patch pouch for being here today. And that's what we carry around. I don't have mine in front of me here, but it's a little pouch that we carry around with all of the patches in them for emergencies just like this. And so when Robin was with, first thing we asked is, how was the pain? What is he feeling? Now, ironically, he was having pain on his liver area, because that is your biggest detox organ. And the throat was telling him, I'm not allowing any more toxins to come into his body right now. That it was basically rejecting what he was consuming or eating. And just let's talk quickly about that. What was his diet like? Now, he'd been reading my Poisons in the Pantry ebook. You guys had started purging the pantry, but there were a couple things that y'all love to do, which is eating out. And then
we would have cocktails on Friday night, evening, relax. He was a coffee drinker, although we do like hot teas also, herbal teas, and meat, red meat, that kind of thing. So not ghee, but real butter.
that's fine. Real butter's a good deal. But yeah, so what ended up happening is we looked at his diet quickly, and I said, you have to get all of these things out of your diet that are really hard to digest. And meat, everybody who's, those that are listening, meat is probably one of the hardest things to digest, takes a lot of energy. So we got him on a strict vegetarian, diet, and tell them what we did.
Yes, you sent me the healer soup recipe, and I went to the store and got organic and everything that it called for, including the ghee, and that for him and blended it all up. And he ate that for just about 3 days and gave all of that time to settle and calm down. That and the patches was amazing. And then he went to drinking the hot herbal teas. Yes. So all of that really made a tremendous difference.
So we got the inflammation calmed down by patching on his liver and his throat. So let's talk about how you patched. And he also had some pain in his back, like mid back. It was resonating through their liver. We're three-dimensional, so we've got the front and the back and the side. So how did we start it on where the pain was first? And that was where again? His liver area, his upper GI.
Right here in the middle, where sternum area, like I don't know if you can see,
below the breast area, just right in there. Yeah.
In there. And then directly straight up in the back area across from that.
Okay.
So the energy, because I didn't have the ice wave, so we did the energy, the brown one first, and then the white one straight on top of that. Did the same exact thing in the back.
Right.
And then we put eons, if I'm not mistaken, on either side of the throat, because he was feeling like things were getting stuck right here.
So the Eon was for inflammation reduction right away and, getting the impact of the healing started. Now we also were wearing he was wearing the X39, which is, we're going to dive into the benefits of that, but the X39 helps all these other patches do their job even better. And then we used, didn't you do some Y-age on the liver point around the energy patches, right?
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
we used glutathione and carnosine. I'm pretty sure we did those three. We did like a triangle around them, right?
That's correct. Yes, we sure did.
So
Mm-hmm.
we did that. We patched the liver, and within minutes to an hour, the pain had what
It
was
was,
his level?
I think it went from about a 10 to, I'm going to say, about a 5. It
Wow.
started going down pretty quickly,
Yeah.
and he's getting relief. Yes. And
And
then he wears a glutathione today. And of course, the X39, he wears a glutathione on his liver area, and
perfect.
the line on the back of his neck. And he wears X49 also.
Okay, yeah. Then X49 is a sister companion to X39. We won't be talking about that too much in our call today because it was just created in a few short years ago. The X39 was in 2020. Now, all these other patches that we mentioned have been with the company for a number of years, a 20-year-old company, by the way. So, primarily what's happened is what was the big culprit that he was drinking? I want that to be told. So he had something he drank every day or regularly, and that we've stopped him, that he hasn't been drinking anymore.
The
The
coffee.
no, the Coke,
Oh
the Coke.
my gosh. How can I forget about that? Oh my gosh. Yes. Coke Zero.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
So yeah, the Coke Zero is what I talk to everybody about, that literally eats holes into your stomach. And so these were things symptoms were there probably weeks before, but he only maybe he felt them, maybe he just thought it was indigestion. We always do. We do have digestion issues once in a while, but that evening waking up was like the red alert. So pretty much what we've concluded, Robin, because you were so on the patches right away, you were so consistent with the diet. You followed all of my food recommendations, and in no time, within a week, he was rapidly feeling better, correct?
Yes, absolutely. And like we said, the surgery was scheduled, was apprehensive about it. He was apprehensive about it, but when you are raised just giving your power away to the doctors,
Yes.
you automatically, fall in line.
Yes.
But God intervened, and
Glad
the
about that.
the surgery could not take place when it was scheduled. And then tried to schedule it again, and family members are going, you need to have that, and Rodney's like, okay, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, so we had quite a few days of feeling pressured of what to do. You got caught in the middle. But as we said, divine intervention, that scheduling never happened. And in the meantime that it wasn't happening, which was like 2 weeks and then 3 weeks and then 4, that basically he started getting better and he didn't need to do anything. So we avoided that harmful surgery. And that's probably the big takeaway here. Rodney was able to dodge a bullet because
Yeah,
you had these patches in your house and we could start right away patching him, even at the hospital or the emergency room, wherever you were. And that's what is so valuable about these patches. Well, honey, thank you so much for staying with me here and sharing this really important information and how the power of these patches. And I hope you'll stay on. Maybe we can talk a little bit further if you've got time at the end. I'm going to jump right off now and start talking about the power of this X39. And again, thank you. And next time we're going to have you on to tell your story because you have some powerful information to share about how the patches have been helping you. So we look forward to
okay.
having you back, Robin. Thanks, hon. And I'll hang on if you want to. If you want to hang on, if you have to hop off, please do. But thank you again.
Thank you.
Okay, so now I have a question for you. Have you been patched yet? Because if you haven't, I hope that by the time this product review is over, that you'll seriously consider it because the power of this little patch is so incredible. Now, when you have been patched, you will elevate, activate, and regenerate your own stem cells. And that's what the power of this patch is all about. It gets these stem cells activated that are dormant, and boom, you start healing right away. You're going to experience a level of health and vitality that you have not experienced since your youth. And imagine having no pain, sleeping through the night, and having more energy while reversing age. That's what this patch can do for you. So the next thing we want to talk about is how our stem cell activity declines with age. And that's where we get into trouble, because it's not old age that's causing these issues, it's old toxins. As we just talked about with Robin's husband, he was consuming foods that were producing more toxins in his body. Now, the fewer stem cells you have, the faster you age and the slower you heal. Now, we know hundreds of millions of people are experiencing symptoms of aging every day, which all of us do. And David Schmidt, our founder, says as we age, the stem cells in our body become less and less effective. Now, by age 60, which is my age and Robin's age, the stem cells in our body show very little activity, becoming slower and slower, releasing these growth, having less growth factors that are needed to repair our bodies. So by the time we're in our mid-70s, we're showing almost no stem cell activity at all. It's a wonder we're still alive and kicking. And this is why older people have a difficult time healing from injury, because their stem cells can't get in there and do the work as fast, because basically I like to call it they're toxicated. They're sluggish, they're slow, they're not working. And I have a little LifeWave disclaimer here. LifeWave products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. Now, always consult a physician or other qualified healthcare provider before embarking on a new treatment, product use, diet, or fitness program. So how does this patch really work on your body? Because we talked about how we patched on the liver and we patched on the neck. Well, it's based on a type of light therapy called biomodulation. Now, LifeWave patches contain a very specific combination of organic materials and nanocrystals. When applied or near to the body, they are activated by our own body heat. Then they begin to emit a very specific wavelength of light, which is what this biomodulation means, which stimulates targeted and beneficial biochemical responses in the body. Now, photobiomodulation is the basis for the LifeWave phototherapy patches and this technology. And you can see one here on the right. They're just small little discs that you apply, and we call it, you stick it and roll. That's what we love about it. So, yeah, so how does this patch work? Well, the X39 patch, as I said, is made of organic nanocrystals that the founder has, created to put, it's his own technology, and they're his unique patent. But this LifeWave patch elevates an amazing peptide called the GHK-Cu for activating your own stem cells. Now, this is considered the holy grail of age reversing, and why the X39 is so powerful. Again, I said it was just introduced in 2020, but the company is 20 years old. So a lot of these patches that we use today on Robin's husband, they've been around for a while, but they're even more powerful now that we are activating your own stem cells. Now, it's clinically proven to enhance overall health and vitality. Now, the National Institute of Health has a website that I highly recommend you go look at on how the GHK stimulates so many incredible things in your body. You need it. You need this copper peptide in order to thrive and age gracefully. Now, one of the things I just want to mention here, there's a lot of things that this copper peptide does, but lung and connective tissue and liver and stomach lining can be healed just by wearing this patch. Now, that was paramount in patching Rodney's liver, and why we use it on organs, because it does amazing tissue repair. The other thing is it's got anti-cancer activities, anti-inflammatory actions, as well as anti-anxiety, anti-pain, and anti-aggression activities that, when you're not well, all of those things are, very, very impactful when you are stressed out. And so these patches not only do help the pain, but they're also helping your stress levels. So, who is the man behind these amazing patches? Now, we all love and adore David Schmidt. He's our founder and inventor and CEO of the company. And what's so special about David is he considers himself a scientist and an inventor, and he loves and is passionate about what he's doing because he's helping people. I mean, this is miraculous that we avoided a surgery and we got immediate relief for this gentleman who was suffering. Now, David has over 130 US patents proving that these products work. He's a two-time recipient of the Advanced Technology Award from the International Hall of Fame. So he's pretty renowned, very respected in this industry. And as I said, he's just a real creative individual that is constantly doing things to help society heal naturally and harmlessly. So how did LifeWave first begin? Well, the original idea came from his work developing survival equipment. He was trying to create ways to help the Navy SEAL crew members of a mini sub stay awake for 30 hours without the need for drugs. So he started looking into these natural ways to increase energy in the body for these Navy SEALs. And that investigation turned into 3 years of research, which culminated into the first LifeWave prototype, the Energy Enhancer Patch, which is what Robin was using on which was we were using on her husband to mitigate pain. Now, this gentleman, Richard Quick, was who David met in 2004, and he's the one that really is the catalyst behind LifeWave's launch in November 10th of 2004, when David was able to take LifeWave as his first day of business as a direct sales company. And Richard Quick had, used these patches. He believed in David. He started using these patches on his swim on his swim team, because he's a very renowned swim coach. And when when the folks were wearing these patches, these Olympians, they ended up launching a lot of interest and helping launch a business. So you had over 1,000 people come forward to become LifeWave brand partners. So David really has a lot of respect and admiration for Richard Quick, and considers him as part of the team and part of why LifeWave is where it is today. So the next thing we want to talk about is the little bit of science and back technology that I spoke about earlier with the patents. And you can see this first patent here is on the X39 patch, and it proves that the patch does what it says. So as a health coach, this is so important when we're talking to doctors and specialists, and especially clients that want to know what's the science behind this, that these patches actually have been proven to do what they do, which is activate this copper peptide. And as I mentioned, there's lots of patents, 80 research and clinical studies, a lot of medical and scientific experts that support this product. Now, here's a quick little scalp topography map here on the bottom that shows of a 77-year-old woman who was asked to participate in, trying this X39 on her brain. And so we have here on the left a lot of inflammation, and by the indicative of the red color, and, probably cognitive issues, and before she started on them. And then in session 2, and then in session 3, you can see how over 3 weeks to 6 weeks that the inflammation was reduced considerably. So I'm sure that she was obviously experiencing brain fog and a lot of memory issues, and this can help tremendously for those two things. So it was wonderful to have this elderly woman to be able to prove that the patches do work even on older folks, especially on older folks. Okay, so the next thing that I wanted to chat about here is the benefits of the X39 technology. Now, you heard us talk about this earlier with Robin, and this rapid pain relief is probably the number one thing that I found to be the most important when I'm patching folks, and also the thing that launches people into using this patch and getting involved with LifeWave, because the pain relief is that good. And because it's pain relieving, it's also reducing inflammation. So we are incredible wound healing that can happen by slamming fingers in doors, dropping stuff on your feet, having any sort of injury. You can patch right on top of the area as long as the skin's not broken. So we've got lots of stories about that. You'll experience that level of energy and vitality. Some people are one patch wonders when they wear these patches, and they get energy like the next day and have miraculous experiences. You'll have mental clarity like never before. her, which is what we showed in the image before about how this woman's inflammation was reduced. Enhanced sports performance, you saw that with Richard Quick and the swim team, and then faster recovery from exercise, which we all love that are exercise enthusiasts. We need that extra edge when we overdo it. And my favorite, which is improved skin appearance, because as we get older, our skin just starts showing signs of age. And these patches have really done a number for my own skin. And David's introduced a new skin cream, that eye cream, wrinkle cream, that actually has a copper peptide in it. So I highly recommend you look into it. We have an Aloe Vita skincare line that's incredible. Okay, so the last slide here is about what to expect when wearing this X39 patch. Now, you will see in the first few days, 3,000 to 4,000 genes begin to reset to a healthier, younger state. And what's so great about this is an inside job with healing. And when we're patching on the outside, a lot of times people don't experience the benefits right away, because the inside is having to do a lot of healing before it can start showing on the outside. And your genes are what help you. They actually determine how you're going to feel during the day. They support you, and it's very important that they stay healthy and to a healthier, younger state, which is what this patch can do. Within 6 weeks, a recent study has shown that after just 6 weeks, the brain becomes more balanced, as we showed in that scan, and these types of changes help calm an overactive brain, leading to a decrease in multiple symptoms such as memory, depression, anxiety, sleep, and more. And the stories about people sleeping better, I can attest to the depression and anxiety. When I don't feel good, I put a patch on, and within minutes, I've calmed my nervous system. That's how fast this can help. Now, within 3 months, the collagen is increased in, obviously skin and tissue repair, and it's fabulous for just decreasing and softening those wrinkles that we all get as we get older. Within 6 months, the cardiovascular system changes start to occur. And this is critical for so much heart issues we're having today, chronic heart failure. We've got people dropping dead from heart attacks. So this is really, we all feel so blessed that we've known and been using these patches through the pandemic. What a savior. And after 6 weeks, the cardiovascular system is creating 8 years of younger benefits for your heart, which is just beyond comprehension. And we all need that. So if one does the math, for every day you wear the patch, the cardiovascular system acts a day and a third younger. So this is just powerful information about what this patch can do. Now, David says it's not anti-aging, it's age reversing. And that's really important when you think about, for every day that you're wearing them, you're benefiting on the other end. So I don't know if Robin's still here. I think she might have hopped off. I just wanted to see if she wanted to say anything at the end here. But so I really appreciate you being here with me, and hope that you'll try this X39 and other LifeWave patches for yourself, and share this video with anyone that you know that could really use some extra support. As you saw with my client earlier, LifeWave really brings people together, creating an incredibly supportive LifeWave family. I mean, this LifeWave brought Robin and I together, and we've been in touch over the decades, but not like we are now. We're literally talking every week now. It's such a beautiful thing. So please reach out to whoever invited you to learn more about this technology and how to get started with the X39 patch and many of the other incredible patches and products LifeWave offers, and learn how to get $50 off your orders and get $300 worth of free gifts within the first 6 months. And check out my team's website called yourteaminmotion.com. And if you want to know more about me and my Poisons in the Pantry book, go to secretstoradianthealth.com. I'm also on Instagram at Your Wellness Designer, where I post some of those yummy soups Robin talked about and helped him with his sore throat. And always remember, you are in the driver's seat when it comes to your health. Don't let those doctors persuade you otherwise. Don't wait to try the X39, and have LifeWave as your co-pilot. All right, bye for now.